Hi, Lily. All right, so today we're gonna work on A Million Dreams at long last. Okay, so this is gonna be a fairly longer video, so hold tight. It's gonna be a lot of fun. The washing machine is going, so you may hear a couple little clittery clatters in the background, but hopefully that won't hurt the recording at all. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna go through this verse by verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge by bridge, okay? We're gonna take it super chill. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start with the verse one, because that's a good place to start. Okay, so verse one and the intro are fairly similar. So the intro is the awesome little melody that we have, which is this. So that's the wonderful intro. We play that twice through, and I'll show you twice through. And then from the intro, we go into the verse. And the only difference with the verse is our left hand. So our left hand is just going to go like this. And so on and so forth, okay? So that's the intro and the verse, and let's dive right in. Okay, let's start with the wonderful right hand. Okay, so you're gonna need, so we're gonna start with the first little part. So you're gonna have your thumb on G and your third finger on B. And you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Every note gets 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? Or just count it. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we go down to F sharp and A. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So it goes. So that's your G, and then your D over F sharp, okay? The next one we have is E and D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So all together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? And then the last one is 1 C and G, and then you'll need C and B later on. So this one goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So these two come on the and of 3 and the and of 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So all together it'll sound like just like that, okay? So all together it's gonna sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So that is the wonderful first half of the intro. So then the second half we repeat. So we're going to do G and D again. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So the only thing is, with D, it's a little bit different the second time through. So the first time through, we're doing G, D over F sharp, E minor, C. Second time through, we're doing G, D over F sharp, C. Okay, so the second time through, we're not doing E minor. That means we're not doing this. Second time through, okay? So the first time, G stays the same, okay? And then the next time we do D, it's going to be kind of like this C, okay? So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So we're adding G and D. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? All together it sounds like this. Just like that, and then from there we can go to C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So that is that. I'll go over this one again. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 intro. So all together it'll sound like this with the pedal down and everything. And the last time we do the C, it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you're gonna play that last C 2 times through. So for 8 beats in total. Okay? Yay! So that is the wonderful intro, and you're gonna carry that through to the verse 1. So if I sing along, it'll be like, I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me. I call my own. Okay, so just like that. So the only difference with the verses is we're gonna add left hand. Yay! So let's learn the left hand. So first of all, we have G. So we're gonna just put our roots. So 5 and 1. Okay. So that's gonna be right here. Okay, and then when we get to the D, we are gonna keep our 1 on D, and we're going to just move to F sharp. So it'll be, okay, and then we go to E minor. We're going to keep our D there too, and we're going to move to E. Okay, and then when we go to C, we're just going to go to a root C. So this is the left hand. D, E minor, C. Okay. So all together it'll sound like this. Yay! It sounds so good. Okay, so that's the verse and verse 2. So verse 1 is nice and simple. Verse 2, it's a little bit more. But again, it's still fairly simple. So with verse 2, you can change it up a little bit. So still keep the right hand, but maybe you can add. Right? So instead of in verse 2, instead of doing this, we can do octaves. But that's, again, up to you. That's probably something I would do to make it a little more lively, but again, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so the next one we have pre-chorus. So they can say, it all sounds crazy. Okay, so with this one, we are going to do chords and melody. Okay, so we're gonna do, it's gonna be kind of like this. So that's the awesome little melody. So we're gonna do just fairly simple chords. So our left hand will do that because it's easy. So we can do D sharp over, or F, sorry, D over F sharp, so like this. Or like that, but try to get the F sharp in there. And then we go to E, D, C. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and, okay? So that's fairly simple. So D, E, D, C. Okay? And keep it on the root, which is nice. And then our melody. So we're gonna start this. They can say, and that's when the D comes in. Okay? And then we have this, awesome. So it's C and D, B and D, A and D. So again, this is the melody. So if you have, so D and A, So that's the pre-chorus. So again, the melody is, starts here. I like to do something like, but that's up to you. So all together it'll sound like, so that's the pre-chorus. And then once we get there, then we have the chorus. Okay? So for the chorus here, we're just gonna do octaves in our left hand. So G, D over F sharp, A minor, G, B, C. Now you don't necessarily, for this one it doesn't work to have the G, B, C, but that again is up to you. G, so that's the awesome chord. So again, we're gonna do what's it called? So we're gonna do melody in our right hand. Okay, so it follows the melody. If you're ever having trouble with that, just remember this is the melody. Okay, and then we're just gonna add a couple bottom notes for it. So we're gonna start here, B and G. So it'll be, switch to D. Okay, so so it can be, okay, that's all in G. And then when we get to D over F sharp, we're going to do A and D. And then B, F sharp. Okay? And then we can go to A. Oops, sorry. So E and C. Okay? So this is the melody. And for some of these, if you don't want to have the chords at the bottom, that's fine. So if you don't want the chords, then it's, okay? So all together, I'll play it nice and slowly first. So this is G. A minor. C. And then you go to C. Okay, so I'll play that nice and fast. go right back to the awesome intro. Oops, sorry. Okay, so as you probably saw there, I wasn't playing necessarily the right notes. That's okay. As long as you have the chords down and as long as you're familiar with the melody, you can almost make up your own sort of melody, I guess, or something that works towards your style. I mean, do something totally different. Right? That was something totally different. So this is kind of just a guideline to show you simply this is what I like to do. This is another version of doing it. But again, it's just a guideline. So verse 2, like I showed you, it can be nice and fuller. Okay. Pre-chorus 2 is the exact same. Chorus 2 is the exact same. And then we get to the bridge. We have E minor, B, G, A, C. Okay. So we're gonna take E and B and we're gonna pulse. So that's E minor. And then for B, we just keep this here and we go down to D sharp. And then for G, leave this here, we're gonna go down to D. And then A, C sharp and A. And then down to C. To the world I close my eyes to see. We're going to change our pattern and we're going to just pulse really heavy. We're just going to have really heavy chords. To the world you see. Right? And then that brings us to lovely chorus the last chorus. So we're going to come up here to the higher register. So that last chorus, the first half of it, nice and up here. Frilly, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. And then once you get to the bigger section of that last half chorus, then you bring it back down to, right, nice and heavy. So that is the bridge. Super simple. That's the last chorus. Again, super simple. So let me just play you a smaller version of what the whole song kind of sounds like. I'm just gonna make sure my hands are in place. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, and then I'll go to the bridge and then the last chorus. Okay, so that'll be kind of roughly what's going on. So let's give it a try. This is my intro. Okay, now into verse 1. So that was A Million Dreams. I hope you liked it. Hoped it made sense. It's a really fun song. It's really, really fun. Again, this is just a guideline. You have fun with this as much as you want. So have fun with it. Okay.